She vanished the night before her wedding, and no one will talk about it. The night air in Ibadan was calm and unusually warm for March. In the quiet neighborhood of Ayiyol Estate, lanterns glowed from the porches of well-ordered homes, casting a gentle light across trimmed hedges and paved walkways. Behind one of those doors, in a two-story house painted cream and peach, preparations for one of the biggest days in a family's life were nearly complete. Tomorrow, Amarachi Nwosu was going to be married. She was 27, a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, and a budding interior designer who had recently opened her own studio. Her fiancé, Samto Ease, was an IT consultant, soft-spoken and polite. Their relationship had been the picture of calm. No public arguments, no scandals, no runaways. For months, their wedding invitation had floated around social media, tagged under #AmSom2025. But that night, hours before the sun would rise and the bridal procession would begin, Amarachi simply vanished. No broken windows, no sign of forced entry. No one heard a scream. No one saw her leave. Just an open balcony door, a cell phone left on the bed, and a white robe folded neatly on the edge of the mattress. The morning she was supposed to become a wife, her world disappeared instead. And since then, no one has been willing to say what truly happened. Earlier that day, Amarachi had posted a video on her Instagram story. She was laughing with her bridesmaids while getting her hair done, showing off her nails, and playfully mocking her cousin who had tried to iron her gelly wrong. Less than 24 hours to becoming Mrs. Ease, she'd captioned it, followed by red hearts and a wedding ring emoji. Friends and family filled the house that evening. Aunties chopping onions in the kitchen, uncles sipping palm wine in the living room. The atmosphere was electric. Amarachi's father, Pastor James Nwosu, had rented 3 canopies for the compound. A gospel band was scheduled to play. There were plans for traditional dancers to open the reception. By 9:30 p.m., things had calmed down. Amarachi had eaten light, taken her bath, and retreated to her room to relax and mentally prepare for her big day. Her closest friend, Obi, knocked on her door around 10:15 p.m. to hand over a surprise. A framed collage of their childhood memories, with a note that read, "No matter what tomorrow brings, you'll always be my sister." Amarachi smiled, hugged Obi, and told her, "See you in the morning." That was the last time anyone saw her. At 5:45 a.m., Amarachi's mother, Mama Nkechi, knocked on her door gently. No response. She tried again, then again. She pushed the door open. The room was cold from the open balcony door. The bed was made. The robe was there, folded like it had never been worn. Her phone was still on the bed, its screen blank. Her suitcase, filled with her wedding gown, jewelry, makeup, untouched. She called out louder this time. No answer. She rushed downstairs. By 6:10 a.m., the house was in full panic. People were searching the compound. Someone went to check the church. Someone else called Samto, who hadn't seen her since the previous evening. A group of friends went to the hotel Amarachi had considered staying at for the night. She wasn't there. By 7:30 a.m., the wedding was officially postponed. Pastor Nwosu stood in front of puzzled guests and tried to hold back his trembling hands. "This is a family emergency," he said quietly. "Please bear with us." Whispers spread like fire through the crowd. The police come late. By noon, the Nwosus had filed a missing persons report. The officer on duty at the local station, weary and unbothered, asked the routine questions. Did she fight with anyone? Did she take anything? Are you sure she's not just nervous about the wedding? They dismissed it as a case of cold feet. But Amarachi wasn't the type. She had paid for everything herself. She had no history of anxiety, no secret boyfriend, no pressure from her family to marry. She wanted this wedding. 2 days later, the Oyo State CID became involved. They checked CCTV footage from nearby houses. One neighbor's security camera caught something shocking. At 10:41 p.m., Amarachi was seen walking slowly out onto her balcony, holding her phone to her ear. She appeared to be talking, maybe arguing. Then nothing. She never came back inside. She was never seen leaving the house through the gate. There was no other footage. No one on the compound reported hearing anything. It was like she had walked into the shadows and dissolved. Secrets begin to surface. The investigation began to stall. Samto, her fiancé, was quiet. Too quiet, some said. He was cooperative but reluctant. He offered his phone for inspection but refused to release his chats with Amarachi, saying, "Some things are personal." That raised red flags. Then there was Amarachi's cousin, Ifyinanya, who had been staying with them to help with the wedding. She told investigators that Amarachi had seemed distracted the day before, pacing, checking her phone often, even crying in the bathroom at one point. When asked why she didn't report this earlier, Ifyinanya replied, "I didn't think it was serious. I thought she was just overwhelmed." Then something stranger emerged. A friend of Amarachi's, Uchechi, revealed that Amarachi had called her the night she vanished. At 10:33 p.m., she asked me if I believed people could hurt the ones they love. Uchechi said, trembling. She sounded scared. Then the call cut off. To be continued in part 2. Hit the subscribe button.